Okay, we're back on take 5 after a little respite. Is that the right word? We're back on take 5. What I was going to do this morning is kind of play along with the accompaniment track that I provided in the last post, and kind of not try to play a great solo over those changes, but to kind of more show you some examples of what you can do to work out some of these toolbox ideas, some of these concepts. I've added black construction paper so you can see fingers on the right hand, and change the camera angle a bit so hopefully you get a little bit better view of the left hand fingerboard stuff. So I'm gonna just play along with my own accompaniment tracks, hopefully being able to do a picture-in-picture for you so you can kind of see what's going on, and I'll have hopefully my concept rehearsal ideas on one side of your audio and the accompaniment tracks on the other side, so you can then try out things on your own if you want to. Again, the tempo I think we originally set was 140, and that's kind of slow, but it's an appropriate tempo to work out these ideas. And I find that still sometimes you know, there are days when playing a quality solo is completely impossible for me. So this is just really, again, this is just ways to rehearse these ideas. And this, by the way, applies to any other tune that you're working on. This is the way you break it down. A real good friend of mine explained to me one time how he a super well-known flautist who is just, I have the greatest respect for him, and he's played with, you know, the best players in the world. He explained to me that a common way of doing learning how to improvise over a tune is to break it down to its most basic rudimentary parts, and then find scalar sounds that can be applied over those parts. Sometimes just a very inside, in this case in take 5, E flat minor or G flat major, that would be considered very inside. These are, you know, scales that directly apply to the key. And then in other cases more outside things that add a color note. Even sometimes just one color note can really bring out a neat new flavor in an area. And the more of those that you have, the more scalar and harmonic concepts that you understand, the more types of sounds you can create in your improvising, and the more interesting harmonic ideas you can come up with as you're playing. Anyway, my friend would basically say, break it down, play, take a piece of staff paper and write one chord change per staff out through the whole tune down the piece of staff paper, and then write out an inside scalar idea next to that chord change. For instance, if we're playing take 5, the first chord would be E flat minor 7, and then write out a very inside scale change next to that, which would be G flat major or E flat natural minor, Aeolian. And then in the next column, write a little different thing, scale sound, something that adds a couple of flavor notes. In this case, some of you may, I know, are attracted to the blues scale for this tune, and it works great. But you can then, you know, write out the blues scale next to that, and then just sit and practice those two sounds over that one harmonic idea. Then go on to the next harmonic idea, the first chord of the B part, which is a C flat major 7 sharp 11. So anyway, you get the idea. I've rambled on too long. But this is, I'm just going to try to piece together a few little ideas, some ways that you can work out over these accompaniment tracks that were provided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so granted, none of that's going to be probably inspirational to too many people, but the idea is I'm trying to give you some ideas of what you do to get familiar in G flat major on the 5-string banjo that is a G major tuned instrument when played in a bluegrass style most of the time, and just to help you get around the fingerboard on it. Again, not intended to be a soloing, nothing to learn there, but how to get around in some of the shapes that we studied in all the toolboxes. Basically, I tried to cover G flat major, E flat minor, E flat harmonic minor, even threw in a little bit of E flat Dorian, which is the key of D flat. I didn't do a toolbox on that, but you know, I threw in that a little bit. You'll hear that natural 6 in the minor sometimes. Tried to throw in some arpeggiated things within the key of G flat major, so you're looking at the harmony of G flat major while playing a solo over E flat minor or the G flat major B section. And then tried to, of course, you know, emphasize the E flat blues thing, because that's really what the tune is all about, at least the way that the Dave Brubeck group played it. It was very bluesy. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If I can think of anything else to do, I will, but this will probably close it out. I'm trying to think about a next tune to do. I might end up looking at Spain, Chick Corea tune, or possibly a Pat Metheny tune like James, which is a just real cool tune. I'll throw a little video just introing maybe some pieces of those two tunes and see if I get any feedback. All right, thanks, bye.